Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips Euro 2016 quarter-finals daily fantasy preview. We're going to run through all four games: Poland, Portugal, Wales, Belgium, Germany, Italy, France, Iceland. For the purposes of daily fantasy sports on DraftKings, we are looking to construct a roster of a goalkeeper, two defenders, two midfielders, two forwards and a utility player using our budget of $50,000. Points are scored like this. For anyone who hasn't managed to sign up to play with DraftKings yet, I will put a link to enable you to do so in the description for this video. Let's dive right in and start at goalkeeper. Hugo Lloris of France for $5,500. As we know, the French are hosting this tournament. They're playing at home. The French team is not as putrid as the England team. It will not be caught out defensively like England were. Both goals the Icelandics scored in that game should not have been allowed to have been scored. The long throw that Iceland utilised was no secret, yet England failed to organise themselves defensively correctly and prevent that first goal. And as for Joe Hart on the second, Hugo Lloris will save that without doubt every time. I would probably save that most of the time as well. Lloris is not prone to mistakes like the England goalkeeper. It's unfathomable that France will fall to the smallest nation left in the competition with extra rest on top as well. There are strong clean sheet chances here. They'll dominate this game. They will certainly win it for the 5 bonus points there. And I think you need to have Lloris as a top option available to you this week. And the other one, I'm going back with Gianluigi Buffon of Italy for $4,800. I maintain the Italians are the best remaining team in this competition. The Italians play solid defensive football. They're seasoned with success in tournament knockout play after dispatching the reigning two-time champion Spain. As called on this show in the last round, they get a German team that sets up eerily similar to the Spanish, with a lack of a true world-class centre-forward and reliant on goals and attacking enterprise from a trio of 3 forward-thinking midfielders who will all play behind the forward and rotate, creating that false 9 that teams seem to like to play. Italy can defend this, we know that. They did so against Spain. I think they will advance in this game, taking down the world champions to add to the scalp of the two-time European champions. Buffon looks an excellent play for the money for me. It was 20 points in the last round. I wouldn't be shocked if they keep the clean sheet, get the win, and you get something like that for your money here as well. Looking at defenders, Jan Vertonghen of Belgium for $4,700 is the most forward-thinking of the Belgium defenders. The system that they play frees him up to get down the flank and support attacking play, as he should be on the other flank from Bale in this game. There is no reason to see that not continuing, although he was largely ineffective in the game against Hungary in the second round. I suspect Wales may find the net here, taking the clean sheet out of play, but Belgium will have enough of this game for Vertonghen to have value both forward and defensively. Bakary Sagna of France for $4,500. The Man City man was up and down the flank at will in the second round against the Irish, providing excellent value, chipping in with 6 crosses. There is no reason to suspect his output will be less in a game that the French can be expected to dominate in their quarter-final against Iceland. And let's be honest, they're probably not going to give up a penalty in the first 5 minutes of this game, which is all that cost the French the clean sheet in the last round as well. James Chester of Wales for $3,600 is an excellent value price. The West Brom man was excellent against Northern Ireland in the second round. He notched double-digit points as a result of a high tackle count, with the likes of Lukaku, De Bruyne, Hazard amongst others. For Belgium, there is likely to be plenty to do for the Welsh backline in this game, and I think Chester looks reasonably priced, and it's not unreasonable to expect at least a similar level of performance in this game as well. Moving on to the midfield, these 4 games offering a staggering amount of midfield talent. This is easily the position with the most choice, the most class. I mean, let's start at the top of the shop with Dimitri Payet of France for $10,000. In the games at these championships that Payet has featured for 80 minutes or more, he has scored at least 17 fantasy points. Off the back of an excellent season for West Ham, his form has continued for France. He's been a valuable cog in what the host nation have done moving forward, and against Iceland, he looks to have an excellent opportunity in a game that the French should control in midfield and dominate, and certainly create lots of goal-scoring opportunities. Payet for $10,000 is a lot of money, but I think there's enough value around you can squeeze him in, and he looks a must to me. If you do want to avoid him, Kevin De Bruyne of Belgium for $9,700. You would assume that Belgium will control the midfield against the Welsh. The Man City man will have plenty of opportunity to be involved. He's the key part of what Belgium do going forward. He has some set-piece responsibilities. He has averaged over 20 points a game for the European Championship, so the high point being 35 in the Hungarian game. Wales will will not be a penalty kick. You know, they're not going to roll over. They're not going to fall. They're not going to get beat 4-0 like the Hungarians. But you imagine that Belgium will control this game, and if they do, De Bruyne will have plenty of opportunity to score points. Speaking of the Welsh, Aaron Ramsey is 7,600. He is a key part of the Welsh team. Most teams will focus on stopping Gareth Bale, who is amongst the best players in this tournament. Ramsey needs to operate with success from midfield. The Arsenal man offered a disappointing points haul in the game against Northern Ireland. He will need to step up on that against Belgium if Wales' run in this tournament is continued. He's another player that averaged 20 points in the group stages. He's provided goals and assists, and that's what he has to do to take some of the heat off of Gareth Bale and the Welsh to be successful. Gylfi Sigurdsson of Iceland for 7,000. Look, we know they're playing France. Sigurdsson does everything for Iceland. Set pieces, goals, penalties, orchestrates play. It's doubtful he will have the opportunity to have a great big influence on this game, as France, you would imagine, have so much quality in midfield that they will be on top for the majority of the game. That being said, Iceland will get their opportunities, and any opportunities that they do create, you know that their talisman will be involved, and at 7,000 he is a reasonable price. Jakub Błaszczykowski of Poland for 6,100 has had a great tournament. He gets involved in most of what they do going forward. He's notched goals and assists. He puts balls into the box for the big target man Milik and Lewandowski to get on the end of. He has provided, he looks primed to me to score double-digit points again in a game against a distinctly overrated Portugal. The Polish players are cheap because of this perception of Portugal. But there's no way Portugal are going to outplay and dominate the Poles in this game, in my opinion. Sticking with Poland, Kamil Grosicki of Poland is 5,800. Much like Błaszczykowski, Grosicki offers a lot going forward. He isn't scared to take a shot, and he could play a part in what to me looks like the game with the largest shock factor potential in the quarterfinals. I think Poland are going to beat Portugal. Grosicki knots double-digit points, playing most of the game in the second round against the Swiss. It was his first real proper run out. I mean, he did feature quite for a large part of the game against the Germans as well, but how much are you going to be involved in that game? I'm unsure if both he and Błaszczykowski are going to play in this game, though, so you will need to check the teams. But I think for 5,800, he's a perfectly reasonable price. And Emanuele Giaccherini of Italy for 5,000 offers excellent value in for the England injured Candreva. Candreva looks likely to miss this game as well. Giaccherini has been really good. He's been getting forward. He's scored a goal in the tournament. He provides vital supply for Graziano Pella up top. It looks like he gets up for the bigger games as well. His best performances in terms of fantasy points haul in this championship have been in games against Spain and Belgium. For 5,000, you have to include him because it does enable you to add some of the higher priced pieces into your team, and I think you will definitely get production from Giaccherini in this game. Looking up top, you can keep Cristiano Ronaldo. Portugal are shit, and they are not good enough to provide him with the supply he needs for an effective performance in this tournament or any other tournament. They have proved that time and time again. Save your money. Do not pay up for Ronaldo. Gareth Bale of Wales is 10,200. Bale had his lowest points haul of 12.8 points against the Northern Irish. He simply has to be effective, and to do so he will need to double that output if the Welsh are to trouble the Belgian side. He has managed that sort of points total in 2 games in this championship. There is no doubt his pace is going to cause problems for the Belgians at the back. Bale has had 2 outstanding games in the competition, 2 average, set by his own high standards for fantasy sports purposes. Antoine Griezmann of France is 9,400. It looks like the French may have finally figured out who their best option up front is, and I will give you a clue. It's not Giroud. Griezmann notched 2 goals in the last round. He scored an excellent 40 fantasy points. If the French make him the focal point of their attacking play, then there is no reason he was not going to perform excellently again against Iceland in this round. The house nation need to keep Griezmann involved in what they're doing attackingly, because he just doesn't waste as many chances as Giroud. He's clinical, the Atletico man. Robert Lewandowski of Poland is 8,900. I don't know how you can not use Lewandowski at this price. The overrating of Portugal has caused such a reduction in Polish prices that it's almost insanity for a player of this class to be less than 9,000. with only $100 between his price and Milik as well. All value has gone on the Ajax man, and it's the Bayern striker who is proven at every level and is the clear play for the Poles up front. He hasn't done a lot in this tournament, I know, but the Portuguese don't look particularly classy to me, and I'm amazed they got by Croatia. Lewandowski's not going to go down with a whimper. Surely Lewandowski's going to turn up for a game, and this is the game. Cometh the man, cometh the hour. Robert Lewandowski. Bring me goals. Graziano Pella of Italy is 7,700. This is another price I just do not understand. The Italians have been playing a system and style that plays perfectly for Pella and to his strengths. He's rewarded them with goals in this tournament as well. And at this price, it enables you to pay up more at midfield because you're not spending 5 figures on 2 strikers. Pella, I think, is a must-play. It's going to be a tight game with Germany, but I think the Italians will win that. I've gone on record. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the quarterfinals of the Euros in the comments for this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. As I say, I will place a link in the description to enable you to sign up to play DraftKings. I'll be back for the semi-finals. Best of luck with your lineups. See you later.